right, hello everyone. I'm going to dive into today's Photoshop challenge. It's all about color matching, which you're going to see some, hopefully some pretty cool stuff, kind of dealing with this image and a couple other fun things going on, but all about matching photos together is the goal. So I will be back in about 30 seconds and we'll get this party started. So thanks so much. Well, hello everyone. Good to see you. Paul Tretti hanging out with high hair today, apparently. But we're going to get into color matching. So I'm so thankful you are here. I see Afroja. Hello. Hello there. Awesome. Feel free to say hi in chat, just so I know I'm not talking to myself. It'd be great. Yeah, just awesome. Audio and video are good, even though I'm actually technically not seeing anything on my end, but that's all right. I'm glad you guys are here, and we'll get this party started right now, because this is all about color matching. So let me go ahead and switch screens, share my desktop right here, and also below me you can get these files. And say hello if you're joining me for the first time. 2504 from YouTube. Fiona as well. Michelle, Calvin, good morning to you as well. Excited to learn something new. Hey, I'm always learning something new. It's kind of crazy. So you do want to open up your file. And again, it's below me if you're on good old Behance. But you can see right in here, this is the link to the starter file, behance.net/Adobe Live. Grab that file and we'll get this party started. Welcome Frank, Anki, and yeah, everyone, good. Got our good mornings going on. So here's this file, has a ton going on. Look at all these lovely layers, right? Where did I get these? And also I want to point out where you can get more as well is stock.adobe.com. Just change it to free, and that's where you can get a ton of awesome free images, right? So right in here, you change this to free, and then just search for Earth. If we wanted to add, we probably wouldn't want to add Earth in the sky, because technically you're on the Earth. But boy, doesn't that change your perspective if we actually saw this out there. So again, just download what you want. Ooh, you get this one. Ooh, it has 5 Earths in it. But yeah, go ahead and do that. You can look for an alien. That might be where I got the one you see in my file currently. Yeah, right here. There's our lovely alien. So that's where you can get free assets, just so you know. And that's where these came from. So we got this, we got this, we got this. Got all this stuff, right? So we're going to make a fun alien creature, a kind of a continuation from yesterday where we're working with Apollo 11 landing on the moon. Maybe somebody saw us, an alien saw us and decided to come back to Earth. I don't know, whole storyline's developing. But what you can do is if you have these images and they're really large, they actually, is this one? Oh, maybe it's not large. Never mind. You could always do a reveal all to reveal. Oh yeah, this one, this meadow is huge. So do a reveal all and you'll actually be able to see the whole photo. So you don't have just that one part. You could actually kind of work this way. And I actually will work this way. And just because it's, you know, it's just like easier because I'll crop it down later on. And it sounds like Richard likes the forest shot. I do too. I like this forest shot. Right? This is like perfect for like an alien, right? But you know what? I might actually trim this up as well. So we're kind of talking about cropping and things. We did a reveal all, then we can also do a trim. Trim it back, cut out the transparent pixels, and we're back to where we were roughly. So I agree. I like this scary view is kind of cool. You could also do this moon view. But yeah, let's first integrate some of these tentacles and this alien and the astronaut into these scenes. So first thing we need to do is we need to cut them out. Should be super easy, right? So we'll go to Octopus. Open up your properties panel. You can see remove background. Just click right there. And what does it do? It does its magic. Removes the background. I could see some spots where I could still kind of clean it up. Right? Yeah, I could do that usually by, I don't know, because I don't got time for this. I use the quick selection tool. Jump in here and click to grab that. Click to grab that. And then fill it. How do you fill? Well, you go to Edit, Fill, and fill it with black, or paint it. But basically, I'm filling it with the foreground color, which happens to be black. Click OK. There you got it. Right, that little spot right there, I missed that one. And then you'll start learning shortcuts, and I know probably like Reverb Mike, I know he knows this, but you could use Option Delete, and that will automatically fill with the foreground color. So you can go in, click, Option Delete, and fill up those little spots, right? Not to worry, because honestly, I'm not even going to use this whole octopus. But anyways, so we got that done. Boom. There he is. Same thing for this one. We'll just go through that process. Just remove background. Done. This one. Remove background. Done. Life doesn't have to be hard. What about the alien? Remove background. Oh yeah. Same thing happened right in here. And again, I'll just use this quick selection tool right over here. I like the quick selection tool because I'm lazy. Grab those parts. Again, fill it. Call it a day. Lastly, the astronaut. Remove background. I talked all about selecting. Background color fill command. Yes. Command delete. Yeah, background color. Yeah, you're right. Command delete. You're right. All right. So we have that squared away. Let's go ahead and start converting these to smart objects and start integrating these more. So what do? We take this octopus. We will convert to smart object. Let's protect all those lovely pixels. Shabamo. There we are. Turn it on, by the way. You do have to turn on the layers because you can actually convert it to a smart object without it being turned on. So this will throw you for a loop. You'll convert it to a smart object. And you're like, hey, what happened to my tentacle? Is it gone? No, you just double click inside there and you can see you could turn it on. Oh, that was my problem. Silly me, right? Good thing I did that. Good thing I jumped in here and grab this little piece right here and this little piece. Boom. Oop. Make sure we're on that layer mask. Save it, close it. Pack it, ship it. Shortcut keys. Shortcut keys. Let's have some fun. Here's our lovely guy. He's going to be hanging out right here, right? So that's what's going to happen. He's going to be like hanging out down here, looking the wrong way, and we're going to have these tentacles kind of coming out of the forest, right? So first we need to make this convincing, right? We need to maybe have this branch in front of his foot and not behind. We could see it right there. What you can do is you can go to your forest layer, you can go to your quick selection tool and try to grab it that way. That might be one thing that will work, and actually does a pretty good job. I'm actually kind of impressed. So again, just kind of grabbing some of those pixels. So I just made that selection. I'll go to my astronaut. Right here I am on my astronaut layer. And let's go ahead and make that a layer mask. Okay, so watch me do this. I'll zoom in here. We're going to click right here, but we're going to also hold down the Option key. That's going to do the invert of that. So let's move down. Option, click. Oops. Click the right button. And you can see it does the invert. Kind of puts his foot back there and just makes those little details make for just a more believable composition. All right. But he's awfully bright, so let's get into the color matching now. Aliens are for kids. No, aliens are scary. By the way, who's going to see Nope this weekend? Anyone? All right, so we have that looking okay. You know, let's do some color matching in here, right? We need to do some brightness and contrast. Let me just jump into the easiest way to do this. And I covered this briefly yesterday, but we will go to Filter, and we'll do this on our astronaut, right? We'll make sure it's selected. We'll go to Filter, Neural Filters. We just want to make life easy. I'm just going to do the easy button. Harmonization. turn that on. Go to our forest layer, right down here. There it is. Select that. It'll go through, analyze that forest layer, and sure enough, matches. Can I just get a slow clap? Slow clap. So good. Yes, enlightened Swami. Yes, we are aliens to the aliens, so don't get it twisted. I like that. So from there, you can play with the strength. I'm actually taking the strength up some, so just increase the influence of that photo on this new image. But isn't that amazing? Jeez, it's just so good. Last thing we want to do, again, you could tweak this all you want, saturation, brightness, all that good stuff. Go to Smart Filter, click OK. We're outputting it as a smart filter. What do I mean by that? We'll twirl that down. Oh, there you go, lovely smart filter. I don't know why it's, you know, I don't know why it creates this mask right here. And just for kicks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this layer mask. Let's disable it. So, and again, I know there's lots of pros here. Yeah, let me know. I don't know why it creates that layer mask. I don't need it most of the time, right? And it can be kind of cumbersome because you could actually move it unintentionally. I'll just delete that filter mask. But there's the neural filter, like so. Okay, looks fantastic, right? Jeez, this is going to be a short creative challenge today, right? Because yeah, this was pretty easy. From there, if we want to tweak it some more, we could go back into neural filters, right? Open that back up, play with it some more. But what also we could do is we could add adjustment layers to it as well. But I think this is like pretty much done, right? I can jump in and I can go into, say, brightness and contrast. That's probably what I'd use. Brightness and contrast. And I can add more to it, right? I can make it even darker if I want to work this way. I can go to this brightness and contrast and maybe give it less contrast and maybe not as bright, right? And play with it from there. But I think this neural filter just like nailed it. So let's continue on. Let's make this more complex. So there that is. More still needs to happen if we want to make this a convincing scene. Yeah, we can add a new layer on top of that, clip it, maybe just add a little bit of B. What is happening here? B. I don't know what's happening here. Brush. Soft around. Ooh. Oh, something weird is really happening here, folks. Well, anyways, so you can kind of do your painting and different things like that on a new layer. But let's get to these other tentacles and all this fun stuff coming out of the forest. Same process. Now, what you'd have to do before these neural filters, you'd have to go into, say, to match it, you would either match the brightness and like match the brightness, the highlights and darks first, and then dial in the color. But you could work either way. Largely, if you add a black and white adjustment layer on top of everything, you could see how bright this is. So you can take out the color if you're working on sort of the brightness and contrast. So from there, I can go into levels or curves, for instance. We can clip the curves just to that tentacle, and we can kind of dial this in because we know it needs to be darker, but not too dark. See, if I go darker, I only want my darkest point has to be, you know, this tree. And let's turn that off so it doesn't get in the way. So look at how this is like very dark and very light compared to the forest. So there's lots of things that need to happen in here. I'm going to show you something kind of cool. We're going to go into, right up here, we'll hold down the Option key, we'll go into Auto. And now what we can do is we can say, find dark and light colors. So we can say, hey, for the shadows, select this dark color right over here, right? We could select that. We'll click OK. Midtones. Midtones are actually pretty good. They're kind of like right in there. Sure. Okay. And then the highlights. Notice how there's really no highlights in here? All right, this is the brightest spot I'm seeing is this one. So I'll click right there. And I might even adjust this upward a little bit, but look at it change. Look at how much more integrated it is with the scene by using this. And again, this is like, you know, pro tips. So needs some atmosphere. Oh yeah, it needs all the thing. Yeah, it was very weird what was happening when I was hitting the B key. But look what's happening. Hopefully this makes sense. These are my auto color correction options in here. Click OK. Save it. Yes, I want to save this as the new target colors. Also, it's right under here. If you click off to the side, your auto options. That's what I was playing with. Auto options take the guesswork out of figuring out what the darks, the darks and highlights are, right? But yeah, just go into your auto options, pick what you want, continue on with the rest of your life, and look at how well that matches. Again, before, after. Awesome. We'll turn this back on. Remember, we took out the color by adding this black and white. But check this out. We could do that to these other ones as well. So let's turn on this one, for instance. Bingo. We have this crazy guy. Right? We're going to do the same thing. Well, sure enough, if we go into curves, again, same process. We'll clip it. We'll go in here. And the magic thing is I don't need to go back into those settings because I saved them. So I could just click auto. Bam. It does it automatically. We can go down to this one. This big crazy guy. Look at him. It's so many tentacles. Go into curves, add it. And click the magic button, which is auto. There we go. Isn't that cool? So look, they all match. They all match. Right, we'll turn off this black and white. We still need to dial in the color, but look at how nice that is. So, yeah, so pretty neat. We could try this also with the alien, so it doesn't have to be the same object. Let's try this with the alien. Alien's going to be hanging out back there all creepy-like. I was actually going to use maybe the head of this alien and have the tentacles be its limbs. That was the idea I was thinking of. But same thing here. Again, just showing you different ways for matching. Click auto. You know, shrink them down, blend them in, do all that fun stuff. Thank you, Ted. Ted, do you like it? Thank you, buddy. If I help out like one person as much as it's helped me out, then I've like accomplished what I needed to accomplish. I got to fix this little part up here because it's driving me nuts. Zoop. There we go. Big scary alien. There's this guy's just hanging out. In fact, I even think that he looks a little too... He almost looks a little too bright. So let's just try that here as well. We're going to do this on top of our astronaut. We'll click auto. That's too much. Too much. But I could always split the difference. I could just like take down the opacity if I feel like he is too bright, right? I just have that. Maybe I want to take it down a touch, but nah, maybe it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Continue on with our lives. Turning on the alien. Here's our lovely alien, right? Maybe he's freaky like that. I want him in the back, so I'm going to have him like back here. I'm going to start blending him with... guys, something is happening, and I don't know what's happening. Okay, maybe it's working now. Okay, good. Very weird. Either way, I'm just blending out that lower half even maybe right here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. And you get the idea. Okay, he's kind of creeping back there. Is anybody getting scared? It's all right. All right, let's get into some more color matching again with this. We matched the brightness, the contrast, all that fun stuff. We still have the option, and this is what I would do. I can convert this to a smart object again. So that has the curves in it and everything. The curves and the tentacle itself. And then I can go into neural filters, and we could still use that same technique. This is really the easiest thing. I can show you the hard way, right? But let's just turn this on. We'll do what we did earlier, right? Practice makes practice. This is the case where it got too strong. I'm not crazy about the strength of that. Let's take down the saturation. Actually, no, let's take up the saturation. It's actually like not bad. I don't know. Open to your thoughts. Right, so what I just added was this harmonization neural filter. Right, before, and wait for it, and then there's after. What do you think? Ha ha ha. Reverb Mike, just read your comment. So this is okay. This is neural filters. Let's say we want to actually dial this in and make this blend in ourselves using adjustment layers. So again, we'll fade this out like so. This will probably be smaller, right? Maybe. I don't know. We could play with kind of the layout of it as well. So many things to play with right in here. So what we've done is we've worked in this first part. I've worked with brightness and contrast, curves, right? Then we get into the color right down here. So this is where you got to think like, well, do I throw a color, like a photo filter over it? Do I play with the hue and saturation, the color balance? Like, it's totally up to you. We could try hue and saturation. I like to throw hue and saturation. Here's another way to just see the dominant colors in your image. You can have this on the top of everything and crank your hue and saturation up all the way. You can see how it just makes everything look like electric, but we can see the dominant colors in there. We can see how much this sticks out. If I was trying to make this look like a branch, which is a great idea, I'd want to shift it more to the blues. But you get an idea for all the colors in your scene just by cranking up that saturation, okay? But we'll take this back down. We'll clip it to our tentacle, ba-ba, just like that. And then we can start to kind of shift or add more blues if we want to, okay? So we could see that maybe we want to take down, we could totally adjust the hue right in here if we want to, right? Really, this could be any color we want. We know we need to take down the saturation a little bit, right? Because again, what's the brightest color in here? Might be on some of these. And by the way, the reason this doesn't match yet is because of the noise in the image. So that's another thing I would love to cover if I have time. But anyways, I'm just taking that saturation down, as you can see. If I want to dial that in more, I can say, hey, you know what, just take the reds. Actually, maybe I want to dial up the greens, for instance, right? This is the spread for the greens, okay? And I'm saying, hey, for all the greens, crank them up all the way. And you can see there's some green color back there. And this is not the best layer to do it with because it's mostly reds. So yeah, we can go into our reds. It gives me my red sort of spread is what I call it. And then again, we can take that down. This is everything that's red. We can take that down. And we can also increase all those colors that it's grabbing like so. So anyways, that's how I'd use hue and saturation. To get this dialed more, let's turn on our other layers. By the way, I did this once. Do I have to do that a number of times? Yeah, I guess I could. I guess I could duplicate it, right? Or I could put it all in a layer folder. But let's just go ahead and duplicate it. Command J to jump a layer, to duplicate a layer. And what I'm doing is I'm putting them all together, like so. Oh, why did I? Didn't mean to make this a group. This needs to be a smart object. I only have a couple minutes, so I'm trying to kind of rush through this now. And start to play with composition. Bring this forest above everything else. Use our object selection tool. We'll use just the rectangle, but I want to just grab this tree. Grab this. Super easy. Because we want to have these trees in the foreground. I feel like this is the easiest way to do it. Look at that. That's amazing. Mask it out. Boom. There we are. Now we can start to play with the depth and all that fun stuff, right, for our character and for our scene as I start to work on this. So I guess stay tuned because I'm going to work on this some more. Just so you know, and I will post the final to Instagram. So stay tuned for that. But hopefully you learned something. I love doing this stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. So show me what you end up creating. Would love to see it. There's mine so far. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we will see you all tomorrow. So thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.